Yeah, I think Sister Aerelia's arc gives us an incarnate table, or Sister Valeria. So we're gonna go to Cimarora and do her story arc. Here we go, times arrow, lock the queue. We'll toggle up. Now, she does have two unique enemy groups that aren't anywhere else in the game, so in order to get kills on them, we do got plenty of time. I think I am going to bump the team size all the way up. And maybe we end up regretting this, but right now I'm not regretting it. So we'll see how it goes. Traitor Romulus has been imprisoned, but his followers have joined forces with the Dark Ones to take Cimarora for themselves. Talents of Vengeance seek to retrieve the Idol of Mott before Marcus Valerius is ready for his journey to cast it into the Abyss. Great horrors from the Island of Death find our shores with increased frequency. I'm Sister Valeria, a follower of Bologna, and I will drag them all back to the gates of Hades with the last of my strength. Blessings be upon you, lady. It would seem that the fates have convened to once again place a warrior at my doorstep in time of great need. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sister Valeria, and in this chaotic time transition upheaval, I have burdened myself with the task of cleansing the land of the evils that plague us once and for all. If you be strong, brave, and relentless, together we shall restore Cimarora to order and peace. The events of this arc take place after the events of Imperia's Task Force and during the conclusion of the events in Dark Astoria. Cimarora has been through much in these last few years, my lady. Romulus' plans and the Cimarora itself both laid to ruin in less than a season. Our people are worn thin like old clothing trying to repair, regrow, and restore their way of life. This is made even more difficult by the impending departure of Marcus Valerius to the Abyss, who otherwise keeps the city's borders secure. Romulus' men still skirmish on the outskirts of town, they take upon themselves massive wounds of war and return stronger than before each time. Foul magic is afoot not far from here. I need you to flush out these cowards and find the source of their power. Alright, well, let's find Romulus' garrison. There's a map marker right here. Shouldn't be too hard to get to. Yeah, we'll be fighting the Incarnate Cimarorans and the Ravenna Cabal, I think is the other enemy group. This darkness seems all too familiar, huh? Well, here's some Cimarorans who all have random, like, Nictus powers now, which is kind of cool. I've never actually fought these guys in a big group before. This is the first. Toggle that to auto fire. Hey, did somebody just like poop out a Nova when they died? That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm not a fan of the fact that it takes forever to kill one, but that's still kind of cool. What am I taking damage from? Stop it. Dude. Random adjectives and scribbles of nonsensical geometry. Oh, that does sound like Romans. Cimaromans. Romans? I think we're doing pretty well here, holding our own against all this stuff that's attacking us. I need to take care of this guy because he's healing everybody. There we go. Now we can finish him off. I don't like how the Nyctus enemies are spawning in as bosses. Even though we're, like, solo bosses is set to no. That feels weird. Are they supposed to actually pop as elite bosses? Because that's horrible. That's horrifying. Now, where's our defeats at? Come on. There we go. So we've almost got these dudes. Excellent. I think we found the source of dark power right here. It is Legatus earned. Doing pretty good. So I haven't found all of our clues yet. Ackless, insolent parasite. Okay, we'll figure out what she's talking about here in a second. You running like that is not allowed. Annoying little jerk. There. Let's get back in here. And let's start wrecking all this stuff. I'll be back. Nyctus are eternal. Until they're not, anyway. And Maurice thought he could handle me. Like, come on, dude. Really? With all this carnage we've caused, you're telling me that the clue just isn't back here in this room? I love that in the little Cimarroran waters like that, you can swim. That's a great thing that they added to the game. I don't even see the dang glowy. There it is. Found you. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Alright, let's just get up here and we'll just start clearing stuff out from the middle. Hey, there we go. Clue found. Cleared out the cavern, you found a sibyl, a shadow crystal, and a map. I bet that map was the clue all along. Maybe one day she'll have cell phone technology here in Cimarrora. But until that day, make do with what we got. Well, what if we use our zero G pack instead of a jetpack? Kind of fun. Like, we can just jump everywhere, right? What's wrong with jumping? I'm sad to hear of the loss of Sidaris. He was once a proud nobleman, and now it seems to be only remembered for in a moment of clarity. Has found moments I will attend to his wife. Blah blah blah. Do you believe, sir, by the reports that he was treating with a sibyl? As of this morning, all of our wards have been accounted for. Whoever that person is, they were not one of ours. Be wary, friend, because treachery and deception seem to be at their apex when the Dark Ones are in motion. Trust nobody, including yourself, and if you must trust someone, ask for blood. A Dark One bleeds lavender and cannot hide from that. Well, good to know. Valeria pulls a small dagger from her belt and runs the edge across her palm. Shows how she bleeds red, okay. Silver rushes up with bandaging, her hands wrapped in similar cloth. Valeria refuses her for the moment. In lighter news, a sense of dread seems to be receding from the people with your victory. Be it short-lived or long, you have made good progress for the people today. Please turn over anything of interest from that cave to my attendants. I will see what our next plans are. It's good to see you again, Champion of Fate. Wow, we got upgraded. I have conferred with my attendants and sibyls and held a brief audience with Sister Solaris about the nature of this map. There's agreement among us that the map makes little sense. There are no true routes between the points. However, it's possible that these routes may have been carved into the earth itself. Valeria points to a spot on the map just off the Cimarron coast. As you investigate this area next, determine what, if any, truth is to be learned from this map. This cavern was once the site of a fierce battle with a Dark One. I think it was shortly after Imperius' cohort purged a set of stones from the ancient caves. Evil fled there once, it could be there anew. Be on your guard, friend. Okay. We'll explore the coastal cavern. That's kind of far away, though. We're going to just teleport over there. Bloop. There we go. Search scans for anything of interest. Alright, well, we're just going to go through all this stuff that doesn't matter. Here we go, Ravenna Conclave. That's the other guys. So these are who we need to fight next. Need 100 of these kills, or however many. I think it's 100. Normally, I don't bother even fighting in this mission except for the required fights. So we're kind of mixing it up a little bit, doing a little different than I normally do. Echoing Roar. Well, Echoing Roar to you too, buddy. Look at us. We're just gonna splatter everybody and everything. Yeah, this guy should be an EB too. Okay, so those are actually boss Nictuses, or like EB Nictuses that the game has been spawning? That's crazy. I think there's a badge for these dudes. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, here it is. So after this mission, we should have very easily enough Ravenna Conclave people. And we shouldn't need to run on a higher spawn count than normal. Which will make the last mission of this a whole lot easier, because I don't really want to fight that many very angry Nicti. I presume Nicti is the plural of Nictus. I don't know for sure. His axe is sure cool, ain't it? Okay, we'll hit that to keep him from regenning. We'll hit this because it's exotic damage. You know what would be cool if, like, this Tempire magical burst that we got from, you know, beating up people actually gave us, like, unresistible damage or something, like special damage like Hamadon gets? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Like, that'd be sick. That would really give it a reason for existing. Dude, this dude is out healing the damage we're doing to him. He's got, like, Nictus healing powers. Oh, good. His stuff just wore off. We can beat the tar out of him now. Wouldn't it have made more sense to call him instead of Hoplite of Umbra, an Umbral Hoplite? That'd have been better language. Where's this guy teleport to? I don't even see where he went. Not down there. It was all the way up there. What a wild man. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get him to pop his tier 9. Here we go. Let's get the Cyclops to pop his. Okay, and we'll just keep wearing these guys down. Hopefully he doesn't get a bunch of healing like the other Minotaur did, although in the end it didn't do so much for him. Yeah, I think we turn our difficulty back to normal. Okay, so we've just straight up worn them down. Something feels weird there, but I'm not going to question it. Cutscene, meanwhile at the sacred site. Search caverns for anything of interest. Alright, well, you know what? I think this big crystal up here is a thing of interest. And wow, that's a lot of shadowy things coming at us. It's probably bad. Badge earned. Something of corruption? Sister of corruption. You've shown a light on those who prefer to slither in the dark. The next is worshiping adherents of the Ravenna Conclave and learn to be wary of those from beyond time and space who came to Cimarora's aid. I'm guessing this spawn we're fighting are the Crystal's Guardians, so let's finish fighting them. Guardian Impusa. Isn't that a... Like a food? Isn't it like a little pastry? You, like, put potato or something in it? Are those bad guys just standing in the water? Kind of weird. These guys count for those kill badges? 52. We're gonna find out. Okay, he did pop his thing. Yeah, he did. All right, so let's work on the legate here. Oh, and let's get this guy mad too. And there's a surgeon in this ambush. Okay. I don't know where this extra Cyclops came from, but I'm okay with it. Still at 52, but we haven't killed the Cyclops yet. Working on that now. We're actively working on it. Oh, dude, that... We dunked that surgeon's head into the fire. Bro! Talk about vicious. The ragdolling in this game is pretty funny sometimes. Sorry this fight's taking a little bit longer. That homeboy randomly showing up just kind of slowed everything down because he undid all of our progress of beating that Cyclops down. There we go. Now we can hit them both. Okay, there's still like 3 groups of Cimarroran traders that we just ignored on the way in, up here waiting for us. We'll fight our way through all this. Yes. Of course, Cyclops is a one-eyed psychic. But don't talk about his infirmity. We get a little mad at you for that one. Well, look at Homie here. Where do these guys come from? Okay, hold on. That means there's another surgeon up here. Two more surgeons! Where are all these dudes coming from? Are there just whack ambushes in here that I've never noticed before because I'm always just running through here super fast? Did we get all the healers? Oh, wait, there's one right there. Okay, apparently we got him. I see you defeated Immune Surgeon in the chat. Get around here. You know, he is Nictus, right? Wonder if Ninja Weasel likes Amazon's The Boys. I would say he probably doesn't, but I don't actually know. He never talks about it anyway. The healer. Bad guy cobbler who throws shoes at you. I see you've been hanging out with Stan Lee a little too much to be healthy here. Two healers per enemy group is just brutal. Because I tell you, XLG, the healer sounds like exactly the kind of thing that they would have come up with at Marvel in the 60s. It's right up there with Paste Pot Pete as a villain. Or the Ringer. There's a villain, he throws rings at people. He might be the lamest Spider-Man villain of all. That includes people like Stiltman. I guess Stiltman's really more of a Daredevil villain. And when Stark was going around getting people that had Stark technology, he actually beat up Stiltman. So I guess Stiltman has Stark technology? Like his suit's based on like Iron Man suits or something? Alright, let's see. Next. This is dire news, friend. Robinson is in touch with the Dark Ones, are a plague upon the spirit of the people, and mere mention of it brings fear and trepidation to those who hear of it. I'm putting my soldiers on high alert. If anyone sees these traitors females in their darkened garb, eliminate them on sight. It's not my desire to deliver news that the Dark Ones grow once more, but our mission is clear now. We must finish what Imperius started and eliminate their cursed gems at all costs. Yeah. I'm at a loss for how to proceed, friend, and I study the map. I am more and more convinced that my attempts to destroy the crystal is not a problem that can be solved with standard warfare. These things are connected. The speed we take them out would be insufficient to get them all without raising alarm. No, this requires a more subtle approach, something with more finesse and less brutality. We're going to infiltrate. What? You know, instead of just sitting there wondering if somebody is a fan of something, why don't you just ask them, hey Ninja, you ever watch Yellowstone? I haven't watched it, but people say it's pretty good, so I take it that it is pretty good. Boop, 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 boop. Click the glowy thing. No one will ever suspect I'm not just some random, you know, centurion here. The tail, not suspicious at all. All right, look at that. See, this tail is not suspicious. To our allegiance to the Nictus. The plan is near to complete, the homeland is secure, and transit tunnels thrive. There's another clue. Alright, well, it's time to talk to the alien flying squid. I sent myself here in devotion to the Nictus. There's a throne with some kind of deep vibrations. You can see the colors within the essence shift and each tune just as you feel it. Only an absolute fool would approach a being as myself with such jovial reverence. Do you mock me? You're truly so limited cognitive securities that you thought strolling into a Nictus cave, spouting sycophantic finesses would buy you into power. There's the third option. Not disrespect out of ignorance, but deception. Who do you work for, a soldier? Or, more interestingly, this drink appears to be mid-sized. Missized, who are you? Whose clothes are you trying to wear? Oh, he tried to tentacle us. He tried to tentacle us. Fortunately for him, we toggled up too quickly. His name? The Fires of Enlightenment. His purpose? Cheese. You know, XOG, I'm down here, I'm fighting alien space gods, and you're talking about television shows. Like, that seems weird. Alright? You know? Alien space god. Right there. And you're just like, Yellowstone. I mean, I guess if you like Yellowstone that much, more power to you. I didn't say anything about preachers. I said alien space gods, because that's essentially what the Nictus are. They're just science gods. Hence why one of Romulus' name is the Science Lord. Which I kind of forgot till I was reading the City Heroes comics. Or rereading them, I should say. Alright, I'm currently concerned by these Dark Ones taking up names. Oh no. The fires of enlightenment the creature was certainly not. Whatever it is, or they are ancient and cunning, but still underestimating our tenacity. What truly gives me pause is the one name I hope to never hear again. I don't have to speak it in good company. Darjan, the vile tempter who coaxed Romulus into the caves to seek out power many years ago. He who allowed him to drink from the well of evil and become a man obsessed with deposing Imperius as emperor. He will not be easy to find. We need to hunt down someone with knowledge. Turn to me after you have rested. Tabez, it is, as always, a sigh of great relief that accompanies your presence. Please make yourself comfortable. We have much to discuss. Sister Valeria pulls a bit of parchment out from her tunic. This note contains the name and location of the stubborn and powerful Cimarroran traitor that we have been trying to capture for months. If few phalanxes left uncaptured, he would be the closest to top leadership, so our best attempt to locate Darjan is likely with him. Captured General Gorgadus alive. Okay. You may be curious of the secrecy in this note. I went to great lengths to personally exchange favors to obtain this information from sources that I could trust. I still do not trust more than half the people I spoke with do anything more than clean my sandals. Many prisoners of war were persuaded to assist in a manner that would be ill-fitting of a civilized democracy. We are an empire, so that doesn't matter. Alas, the ends will justify the means if you are able to capture Gorgadus and locate Darjan. This is a weird line. Like, Imperius is the emperor. His name is literally Imperius. This is not a democracy. This is not ruled by the people. This is ruled by Imperius, that jerk with the fists. Okay, we'll just zoom through here and find Gorgadus. He's in here somewhere. Try left. Left sounds good. Left was not correct. He is not on the left. We shall now run back the other way. And Gorgadus it up. Remember, men, if the Dark Mentor shows, you must strike quickly and without hesitation like a starving lion. Stand your ground, men. We can't defeat Valeria's hired swords. We cannot hope to defeat the Dark Mentor either. After all these many years, it took godlings to bring me to my end. I guess once touch yourself in combat, I am honored. Well, he got REKT. Gorgadus looks up at you with steely resolve. You can tell from his posture that he no longer poses a threat to you, but the man looks every bit as dangerous at the moment. Locked eyes. Yeah, ooh. Beat me in combat. You've earned my respect, and I submit to you in defeat. Now I suppose you have a choice. Was my fate? I was not expecting mercy today or any day since the coward Romulus has appeared with his Dark Mentor from elsewhere. If I am not to be executed today, then what purpose will I serve for my life debt? I met the crystals. Dark ones are not unified. I do not find understanding for it is dark magic beyond my mortal comprehension. The ones who came under the banner of the Dark Mentor, they're not from this time. They're from elsewhere. Elsewhen, silver-tongued tricksters with promises of power and conquest. They lured Romulus, that young fool, into joining them. When they were routed, the Dark Mentor that you call Requiem, he became mad with rage. He slipped into a state of inky nothingness and was gone for weeks. In his absence, Dorjan revisited us. I'd seen Dorjan many a time in my youth, staunch of heart and tempered of soul, but it had been many seasons since I last saw him. Romulus was but a whelp. He appeared suddenly as if no time had passed, but it was utterly corrupted by the forces of the Dark Ones. It broke my heart, O mighty one, to see someone so revered become such a pale imitation of one's self and virtue. Darjan must have known that his faith in Romulus was misplaced and sought to rectify the state of affairs left in his absence. He rushed to us like a hero with a glorious purpose, speaking quickly and convincingly that the Dark Ones were not here to bring about the twilight of humanity, but to usher into a new dawn. I was skeptical, but my healing wounds from the intolerant Valeria convinced me to try the prettier of the two evils. When my healing wounds from the... Okay. I followed the man I once loved as a leader and respected as a friend back into the foothills, where I was greeted by a camp of comrades 1,000 strong, but changed. They burned with a fire in their soul that many of them had never had before. They could wield magic. I wanted to flee. Valor prevented me from expressing such cowardice. Deeper into their camp I went and settled in. Weeks passed before I saw something that changed me forever. I'm a modestly educated man, Tabez, but I cannot begin to try and describe the nature of what I saw. It was at once fire and ice and stone and pure dark magic. When Dorjan approached it, he'd draw more dark ones from it. It seemed to be endless. How could he find dark ones and give them to the troops for empowerment? When the time came for me, I drew my sword and refused. I wanted nothing more than to prove my worth without the assistance of those clouds. What? Sorry, I looked at chat. It was a mistake. I'm going to stop looking at chat for the rest of the stream. Alright, it was at that moment that I felt truly powerless, and as I slashed at the air and howled in impotent rage, the Dark One rushed me like I was not even there. And then it was gone. I felt it creep upon my soul, and I steeled my nerves for a battle I never fought before as I collapsed into a fever dream. The Dark One. It called itself Logic Knot. Oh man. Nerf regen indeed, Rises. Thank you for the raid. Then it was gone. I felt it creep on my soul. Oh wait, we already read that. Logic Knot attempted to overcome me. I fought for what felt like months in that quiet solitude that suddenly gave up. I woke and mere minutes had passed. I had been relegated to camping with these infernal crystals ever since. When a victory's all but assured, you're permitted to monologue, or you're not. Ha ha ha, I've told you many truths. I have lies, as I now get you to be my prey, blah blah blah. Gortys was an interesting host. I understand why these animals are revered among their kin. They are honed, relentless warriors, and hearts of gold and brains of steel, a perfect combination to corrupt. It's a shame you had to keep living, not knowing the gift I could have been, but in the end, it brought you to me. Oh no, Logic Knot is gonna fight us! Oh no! It's a shadow crystal, guys! What are we ever gonna do? Isn't this terrible? Isn't this just wrong and bad that we have to fight a shadow crystal? And people in this raid, they're coming in, they're shooting me with lasers. The lasers say Freem. You know, that reminds me of the time they were... all the servers had gone down for maintenance, and it was the end of maintenance when they were bringing them back up, and they couldn't bring them all up. Freedom wasn't coming up for some reason. And I think it was Hero 1 said, we'll spin up Freedom Laser. Good times. The good old Freedom Laser. We could all use a little Freedom Laser in our life, I think. Nice! Well, we just kind of melted all of them. Frickin' Nicktie. Can't trust them. Yes, I know where Freem comes from. But, you know, I said Freem Laser, right? And then they got me thinking Freedom Laser, which was the thing I was there for. Poor Freedom. It just didn't want to work that day. So Gortys was consumed by a Dark One, and you slew the beast within him. This is vexing news that leaves me unfulfilled. On one side of the argument, you've slain a Dark One, and nobody can be happier about that, but on the other, Gortys sounded like he could have been the key to finding Dorjan in the center of this net. We need a new plan of attack. This is a lot of text. I said I would not rest until I knew the name of our threat. I whisper to you now, in confidence, that it will not leave your lip. Enemy calls themselves the Path of the Dark, and they hail from Ravenna. They are not to be underestimated. Their leader, Livia, is a social and political force. We must foil their plot without destabilizing the entirety of the Empire in the process. By the gods, why would you carry that around with you? Its evil emanates from all sides and assaults my senses. Get rid of it before it brings eternal midnight upon us. Midnight, the mystics of midnight that protect the God Path. They are the ones who brought all to us. Yeah, great. Talk to the Midnighters. Got it. We have no time to waste. Let's go talk to the Midnighters. Great, thanks. It's lunchtime for you. It's going to be lunchtime for me pretty soon, too. I feel ya. Have a good lunch, Rises. Remember, free. Ah, one parting frame. Truly, life is beautiful. It's always interesting to meet a being that is so well-engrossed in its own philosophy they can't see the path of its fall. It's not unlike the Rikti, this being is devoted to the world of science, leaving no discussion available to the alternatives. This leaves them dreadfully vulnerable to potency of magic, which they can no longer comprehend. Power through faith. Be wise to remember this lesson, Tabez. No one is perfect, and the best of us do not dismiss a dissenting opinion with derision. To succeed in all things, be able to see and understand all sides of the issue. Hopefully the spell will disrupt the issue. Oh my lord, that's so much text. Last friend, I can't disrupt the crystal network, for it is too vast and complex for the time we have and the means at our disposal. I can't ever offer you an alternative. Through the fabric of this being's power, I've traced where this single shadow system exists. I spoke too soon. I recall a movie that was based on the Rikti War. An enterprising scientist used Rikti's own programming language against the mothership. Yeah, that's a great movie, Independence Day. This should work. I've harnessed enough ambient Nictus energy from these lands to corrupt this crystal with a hexagonal last energy What is he even saying? What do these words even mean? Makes contact with another crystal, it should exponentially inflate and then decompress. Being this brings close to the cyst, and it should merge, inflate, and collapse the cyst. That last bit relies on hope, however. Every crystal connected to the cyst should also be destroyed in the process. Lastly, Doorjam will most likely be guarding the cave himself. If you don't know about Doorjam, I can offer you a replica of his midnight dossier. He's been subject to interest since we arrived here, but he's a ghost in these lands of time. Thanks. Alright, great. That's a lot of text. Intriguing. So the missing Midnight are relying on war tactics from battle yet to come, aggrandized in the realm of theater. Forgive me if I'm skeptical. At the least, they were able to divine the central crystal assist is located. Let me check this information against the map. She unveils. I guess we can see her here. We're like a third of a mile away, and she's like shrouded by mist. But okay. Yep, she's unfurling the map. I'm watching her do it right now. All right. Fate smile upon us all today. The location is true. The cyst is likely accessible from a place just to the east of the Castellum Quarter. This plan from the Mystic bears fruit. We're going to live on. We're going to survive this war. Today, we may celebrate our freedom from the darkness. Bride of the Valkyrie. Doorjam and these outlanders are a pox upon the very soul of Simuror. I will not abide or endure this treachery and subterfuge any longer. Go, Tabez. The blessings of Bellona upon you, and the wisdom of Phoebus guiding your path. May the gods smile upon you today, and you will be bestowed with glory and fortune for your ordeals. I will join you on this task. I cannot stand aside and let you do this alone. May the minstrel sing of this day for eternity. Come now, friend. We ride. Bum 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 bum. Something like that. That's a long way to walk. Let's just teleport. Place is well lit for a cave of dark ones. Yeah, it sure seems that way. Alright, let's shatter the growing crystals. Look, it's a crystal. We're here to shatter it. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, Valeria, you could just like stand back and throw javelins or something. That would work fine for me. I think it's an ambush, huh? Nice, I do love me a good ambush. I have no idea where Valeria went. What are you even fighting up there? Where did this come from? You know, it's not bad enough that the crystals, like, summon enemies while they're still alive. Now we're gonna have the crystals, like, summon enemies when they die. It's annoying. Dark Cimarroran Outlander. Okay, that's a weird title to give yourself, buddy. So that one didn't summon a bro? Okay. He's a garrison legatus, not a regular one. We are thankfully keeping her alive with all of our powers. Oh, there's another one up there? Okay. Let's get up here. Let's just drop some AoEs. Like that. And that's going to go kaboom. Any second now. Any second now. Any second now. Man, this cave has a pretty steep grade in it. I should put some like guardrails and stuff in here. Where's she at? There she is. Look at that, she's all healed up, man. That's pretty cool. Blessed Potnia. Why is she blessed? What kind of name is Potnia? Yeah, we're just keeping her healed up. You know, I don't think she usually survives this long in this mission, so this is kind of nice. That guy's beard. Homie got beard. Where are we even going? I think we're going here. Shattered View. That's a cool name. It's evocative. I don't know that it means anything, but it's sure evocative. Okay, so we beat up the guys hanging out of this, you know, nice hot spring. Very underground. It's subterranean. A bit of general good advice: if you're ever going caving, be very careful about water in caves. One, it's slippery. Two, you never know where that water's going to go, if anywhere. Hi, Darjan. Y'all are about to get an advertisement. Thank you for the pennies that you're going to be putting in my pocket. I appreciate each and every one. The last time we'll cross paths, Tabez, probably it will, because you're no longer among the living. Darjan, Livia, and the first Sis. So the Sis is like way up here, see? We're stabbing it way down here, because this is what you do in City Heroes. You stab things in the feet. Hey, we needed a rare table drop. We needed is a little too strong for word, but we wanted a rare table drop. Let's see, we're doing polar lights, right? Semi-conscious energy. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's a glorious day for you, Cimarror, and the entire world. Tabez, darkness has been routed, the path of dark has been exposed. In Ravenna, and the cyst has been destroyed, along with the entire network connected to it. No sage, soothsayer, or prophet could have predicted today's events. This will be remembered for all time as the most significant time that light prevailed over darkness. I cannot bring myself to find the words to express my gratitude, so I was not born a poet. But I know that my soul sings your praises for eternity, even though I cannot. Amazing. Amazing. It's truly amazing, guys. The things that we have done here, the lives we've saved, the horrible monsters we've battled. Amazing. We had a pretty good day. Let's see about finishing our incarnate stuff now that we're all done with all this. Well, we can't do lores for 11 more minutes because of the silly rule that they have about that stuff. But what else can we do? Void's done. So hybrid. Alright, well, we can do hybrid. But you know what? I'll do it later, off stream. I gotta go, much like Ryzus when he raided a few minutes ago. He had to go to lunch. I gotta go to lunch. We beat up the monsters. We defeated the darkness. We're almost done. We've got Mr. G's arc. The payphone, which I gotta research to make sure I got all the stuff to get the badge from that. And then there's Viridian's arc. I think that's the only 3 story arcs left in our silly quest to do everything. So, if XLG is here still, which he's not, but if he was, you're almost done, dude. You don't understand because you're not paying attention when I'm telling you exactly what's left. Anyway, you all take care of yourselves. You have a great one, and I'll see you next time. At least I hope I will. Bye-bye.